Okay, for now, let me show you the file upload. Uh, Now, when we talk about file upload, well, let's talk from initially. How does file upload used to work initially when we didn't had the cloud, where we used to upload the files? Let's say you have a UI application, and from UI application, you are sending some files. So on the back end, where they might be uploading that file, whatever you file you are sending,
Yeah, we have inside our server, we have put it in a particular folder,
right?
and
Before
whenever we
that,
have that, yeah,
before
please.
that, before that, what how we used to store the file? First, we used to store it into the database directly. Okay. We used to convert the file you send into base 64 and we used to directly store that base 64 data into the database. But if you are storing the files into the database, that's not a very good idea because your database size will grow exponentially, right? We cannot have that much size data into our database, right? Then people started storing the files into our server folder. Means here in your API folder, in API project, you will create a folder. Let's say photos. And here you will store because ultimately this application we deploy to the server and in server has a proper space. So there we can handle all the files. Then we got the cloud. So then instead of storing the file into our Windows server, we had a different file server. In case of AWS, it is S3 bucket. In case of Azure, it is blobs storage. Those are independent file servers. We have Windows server, Linux server. Just like that, we have file server, the server which are dedicatedly built to process the files. Okay. So for now, we will just see how do we upload the files into the folder. Basic idea is same. But instead of storing the file into your folder, then you will have the Azure or AWS code where you store in that file server. Okay, that's pilot. To create file upload API in API project. I have created a folder where I'm going to upload file. Let's see. We need input output operations and everything. So let's see that. Load. Let's say an employee controller. I will add it. We need instance of input output, I think. Okay, path folder. Okay. So see now. Whenever your .NET application is basically deployed on the server, we purchase our server. Either you deploy this application onto the cloud. It is also a machine. Or if you don't have the cloud, you deploy it onto the shared server, shared hosting. That is also nothing but a machine. So this, when you create a build and you deploy it somewhere, how you are running it in your project, just like that, it's a remote machine, right? So you can access a particular folder within your project. Okay, outside your project you cannot access any folder. Within your folder you can access a particular folder, and there you can do the input output operation. Means you can create some file, you can delete some file, all the operation you can check. You can check if the direct means that folder is exist or not. Okay, so see, let's say we have obviously API will be post API, because from Angular side, what we do, we create that form data object and we send it, right? Let me see if you have, okay, on the Swagger also we will get it. We don't need Angular project. Fine. So let's say from the Swagger we select a file, and if we click on execute, here we will get the file. Okay. Now file, it can be a single also or multiple also. So that also we can do. So that is just we are checking if file is there or not. If no, if file is not there, we will say no file uploaded. Then target folder. So here we have just stored the uploaded file. Instead of uploaded file, what is the folder name? Photos. So this photos name we have to pass it over here. Our folder name. So see what it is doing. It is reading directory, means when we say directory, it get the access of this space folder. From that, you are getting the current directory, whatever the path name you give na. By doing this, you get the access of this folder. Okay. By doing this, you are getting the access of this folder. So your current directory, and from that directory photos, then it will create a proper location. Okay. Once we run it now, then I will show it. What do we get it over here? So we are checking if whatever the folder we said, it exists or not. So directory exists and whatever the folder path. So we are checking if the folder, what we are saying, it exists or not. If not, it will create it also. See, create directory. By using create directory, we can create a new folder also. Fine. Then in file, when you upload the file from the UI, each file will have some name, right? So that file name we are checking. Means we are creating your folder name, and then it will be like, let's say your project name, project folder slash photos slash, let's say while uploading, you uploaded abc.png. So this URL it will create. Okay. Then URL where you are going to store, and the actual file mode create, means you are going to create a new file using stream. So stream is kind of, you can say in RxJS we say stream. So here stream means actual file. Okay. So that file we are storing it to the stream. Okay. So this line will actually store your file to that specific location. Okay. Let's try to run it, and again we will debug it. Upload, try it out. Okay. Let's select a file. Let's say this file I'm selecting, open and execute. Okay. And now if you explore on the file, see, we got a file. See, form data, image name. This is the image name. What is the type of the file? Length, what is the size of the file? Getting it? So you got in the UI also, when you upload the file, you get all the information. Then we used to add type check, file name check, size check. All this thing you can add it over here also, because you got everything. So file dot length, if you need to restrict it, let's say 100 KB only, so you can add that check. If you want to allow only JPG only, so that also you can add. So file, a simple if check where you will add the content type is equal to image slash JPG or not. If not, you will send the error. Okay. Now, see the target folder. See, we got our target folder. See, user, gadget care, sources, repos, demo, our project, and the photos. Actual path name you got. Okay. Then you are checking if file is not null. Currently, file is not null. So now we are checking if whatever the directory we said, whatever the location we said, it exists or not. The folder, photos folder inside this specific address, it exists or not. It exists. So it won't go inside it. Okay. Then file name. From the file, we got this file name, right? It's a very long one. I'm not sure it will work or not. Let's try. So then we got the actual file name, means photos. After that, your file name. See, whatever I basically said, like this, it will create. So actually your particular folder name, then the file name. So this is your path. Then we will store it. See, copy a sync. So it is with this name, directly it is copying it to that particular location, whatever the file we got. Return OK. Now if we check the folder, see, we have got the file. Understood? So this is very basic upload file API. Clear?
So what is copy to sync?
Hmm. Whatever the file you got, na file. See, this file object you are copy to async in this path. Okay. So this actually will help you to whatever the file you received, that will actually store it. Physical file, it will store it into your position of the specific folder.
Sorry to interrupt. I have one doubt. So in .NET, how we did based on that images along with we particular time we can append. Like if we do the same
Instead
for this
of
particular image, like
instead
how
of
it will
file
be, it will
name, instead of the
ins-
file name, what you get, you want to give your own name.
no.
Something
Along with that file name, we give some current
unique
date time
name. Yeah,
so that it will be unique. Now, if we
it's just
upload
a
the
file
same
name.
image,
Hmm.
if we upload the same file, it will be replaced in that particular folder, right?
Right.
Fine.
No,
Thanks.
no. If you are saying like if you upload the same file again,
Same
will
image.
it replace?
Mm,
No,
yes.
we have to write that logic. Just like here we are creating, na, we are checking if it directly exists or not. So if the same file name is already exist, again we have to write the logic. If the file name is already exist, we have to check if file is already exist or not. If it exists, we can show the error also. If not,
Okay.
that copy something name will
Understood.
automatically get generated.
Yeah,
Okay, there
understood.
also we
Thanks.
can, just like we are checking the folder it exists, then we can check the file is already exist or not. That also we can add.
Sure.
Let's ask
Thanks.
it. What if I need to check if same file name exists in path or not? If yes, I want to return some error. Okay, let's see. Everything you can do. You can check the folder already exists or not. You can check if the file already exists or not. Okay, see this thing. Okay, here you are checking system.input output file exists. So if you want to actually check the particular file, to check the directory means folder exists or not, we have directory. But particular file, so we have input output. Okay, so here we will check file and you will pass the file path. So whatever the file path along with the name you have now, you will pass it over here to check if it exists. If it exists, we will return conflict. A file with same name already exists, like this. Got it?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Again, simple if else check for file type, size, everything you can add it. Clear all? So this is what we used to do earlier. Now this code, whatever we are doing it over, this code will get replaced by your Azure or AWS. Okay, let's try to ask it. At least we can see the basic code. What if I have to upload this file to Azure block storage? Let's see what code is there. So we have to install this package for the .NET Azure. Then the keys and everything you need. Container name is your specific. In your file service also, you can create multiple folder, right? So that you have to specify. Okay. Again, some extra configurations and everything you need. Okay. Then this is your file upload API. So container.get block contain. The same thing. Here we check by using input output. Here we will check with the block kind. It exists or not. Right. And see. So basically same logic. Instead of uploading it on your local folder, you will be uploading onto the server cloud. So if you know this logic, then you can understand this also. In AWS also, it will be some similar to like that. Let's check AWS. Let's say I want to upload it to S3 bucket. Okay. In Azure, we have blob. In S3, we call the file server as S3 bucket. So for Azure, you need this package to be installed. Then in Azure, we have access key, secret key, your region, with what region you are connecting, your bucket name, right? Here it was something else. Was it container name? There it is bucket name. Okay. Then you need configuration object. So again, so see, with the AWS, we have so many things. Access key, region key, everything, bucket name. So then you will create an object of your Amazon S3 client with passing the access key, secret key and everything. Then bucket name and everything. You will check it already exists or not. See here list response. You will get all the list of the files currently are there. Then you are checking if the file name is already exist or not. Then stream you are creating like this. See. So similar code is there. Again with Google Cloud or IBM Cloud or what is that? Uh, Apple Cloud. It might be something little bit changes will be there, but the idea is same. Understood? So that's what we say. Ki when with the help of AI, it's not previously it was if someone in the machine test now they used to ask it ki, what is the logic. They were not asking anything. Obviously, we cannot remember everything, but they used to ask the logic ki, if you have some files and you want to upload it. So they used to ask the logic ki, what happens. They won't ask you the exact code, but they want you. If you already done it, you will be able to explain it in AWS what things you do while uploading, right? In Azure, what things you do. So the logic they will ask. Got the idea?
Yes.
Okay. So for now,
So Chetan, in this current project, we are going to use, right, this upload.
yes, because images will be there now. So
We
we
have
will
to
with the folder only we
parking
will do.
images.
Or if it is possible, her because she has given the purchase now, so it has only 200 credits. If we host it, everyone will use that API and 200 credit will lost in one day only. So we cannot use that Azure. Okay, because the bandwidth, more the people you will use the bandwidth, that 200 credit will get lost. So we have to go with this normal folder only. Okay. Anything I'm missing, Paneer? Just a normal topic.
Normal topic, everything is covered.
Single to single, one to many, file upload,
That
dependent.
runtime, the path will
Mhm.
be derived to that what is on the actual server, no? While file uploading.
Mhm.
Because right now it is taking our
Own file
upload
name.
path.
Yeah, we can just come. It's a string data, na. So here instead of passing the exact data, you can create a new file name. Let's say you're uploading a customer data, right? So instead of just passing the file, you will pass some customer ID also, right? Then by using the customer ID and then you can come create a new file name. So this is your existing file name. Let's say file name is very long. So you will use some starting character. How do we get starting character? Substring. Let's say 0 to 3. First characters I will get. Okay. So here I will get the first three character. Then let's say I want to get the current date. So plus date time dot now and dot to string. So you can get the current date. You can create any file name. Then that file name you will pass it over here. Instead of passing the file name what you got, you can pass your file name also. So in AWS or Azure, mostly if you have experience on working with AWS, if API were developed in AWS, so when you upload the file in return, you get very strange name. Some extra characters are there before your file name, right? So we don't directly store the file name what you send. We add a unique name to it and then we upload it with that name. And we send it that also. Then that file name you use it to pass it into your customer or product wherever. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Clear all? So whatever the file name you get, it's not that we can only store that. You can create your own file name also, and then with that file name, you can store the file. One more thing, logger. So what is logger? What is logger? what it can be, logger. What is the use of logger?
You keep a track of what you are doing. If anything fails, you just maintain a.
Everything.
Hmm.
Means, let's say user is uploading this API, user hit this API. At every time, at every place, we should be able to log it. So let's say if this API is breaking into the production. So by checking the log, you will be able to debug it till when your code runs successfully and after when it got break, right? So everywhere here, if statement, then directory exists, then file exists, then here, everywhere you add the logger so that if let's say your application is deployed on the production, everything is user, but let's say we got some error on the production and now you want to debug it. So you check your log file to check what happened, right? What was the reason till when your code execute successfully and when it breaks. So logger helps you to understand everything. Okay.
All the
Now
activities, right, on that
everything,
API.
everything we can means the data, what was the file name we got, what was the username, everything here also. Everywhere you can put the logger. Key, create employee. This was the object we received, right? So everything we can put into logger. Now to store the data, there are multiple ways. So you can store the logger data into a database also, or you can have a text file created in your server, and there also you can write it. Or there are external libraries also which they will do for you. Okay. So let's try to create a text file and we will log everything into that text file. Okay. Let's open a new window. Some tool is there. Paneer, are you aware about that tool? Logger tool is there now.
Actually, we used some AXT file that we can implement it in our project.
Resource file or what?
Resources.
Resource file, no?
Resource file.
In MVC, we used to use resource file. But some
But
tools are
simple
also.
way is text file, but
Hmm.
deployment team won't accept for text file.
Yeah, so
it,
they
because
will.
it will keep on update, right? The text file
Right.
will be enlarged.
Yeah, it will be go large. So that's why they store. They will trust the database. So we will put it everything in the database, and it is
There
easily
is
readable
tool,
also.
right, like Serilog. It
Yeah,
is used
some
for
tools
that.
are there.
Mhm.
I know. Means when I used to work on MVC, they used to ask this question. Okay. Let's say for now we will have a text file, and inside that we will store everything. Okay. I want to implement logger will store logs to text file in project.
So we can store in the database also, right?
Yeah, we can store it to the database also. Hmm. Okay. So with this, I wanted to explain the static class also. Now, in C# we have something called static class. Okay. Now in Angular, I don't know what I can tell you about the. In Angular, we have helper function. What is helper function in Angular? I have explained helper function or no? In Angular, I have explained helper function or no? Just a normal TypeScript file. We create function and we export those function. Then this function we can use it anywhere. Not a service, just a normal TypeScript file. We will create the function and from that file we will export those function. Then that function you can use anywhere else. We have seen that or no?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So in Angular, in TypeScript or JavaScript, we have helper function. Means those are pure function. Okay. It will have parameter. Those file you don't need to inject anywhere. Wherever you want to use it, you can directly use it. Okay. You import it and you can directly use it. Just like that, in C#, we have some static classes. So static class are such kind of thing where you can keep your pure function. You don't need to create object of the static class. Directly on the class level, you can access the method. Okay, it's a class, but it's a static. You don't have to create the object of this class. To, let's say in this static class, you have created some function and you want to use some function in your controller. You don't have to create the object of this class. By on the class level only, you can directly access the method. Okay. So those are the static classes. Again, in the intro, we will see it properly. This is what I remember right now. Okay. So let's create a logger class. In model. Um, search, we have to add it manually, I think. Plus logger CS, but we want to make it a static, so public static. Okay. Now was it we need, again we need to access the particular file path. Okay, let's say we have to create this file log text. So inside our project we will create a text file. How do we create a text file? Text file. Okay, so we created a text file. Now in our static class, we have this variable where we are accessing that particular log text file. Then this is a method. Again, in static class, we can have a static method only. Just like we have static class, just like that, we can have a static method also. Okay. Here, we are just adding a time and the message. So whenever you call this method, you have to pass the message, what data you want to store. So it will take the default time and whatever the message you say. So in every new line, it will create it. Okay. Now, let's talk about this create employee. Okay. So your logger dot log file. See, I didn't create any object or something. Directly, I'm able to access the method from that class. So this is the purpose of static class. Okay. Now here, let's say it's the initial, right? So create employee starts. Okay. Then here we prepared object, create employee basic object created. Then saved, employee basic object stored. This line execute means this was successful, right? Like this. We do log everything, every steps. Just like in Angular, we write the console now, so that we can check it till when it was executed properly, right? Employee basic object created. Over here. Then over here, stored. Okay, like this. Just let's see now. Employee, create employee. Okay. One by one line we will do. Okay. So see, now we ran into error. Okay. On this line, save employee. So let's see our text file. Wait, it didn't execute. Why? Thing is there. It's empty only. Why? Let's try to debug again. We got this text. This is the entry, this is the time, and this is the message. File dot append all log file text. Okay, wait, here it is considering from this demo API bin.
Different path.
Why it is going to bin? We show all the files. See, bin folder is there or not. Debug, not created. Logs. Okay, here it has created in the bin file. So see,
File is not available, then it will be created.
but the file is there, no? File was there.
Inside bin we didn't create, right?
Yeah, so do we need it inside bin only?
No, here like line number 6 you can mention, right? App domain, current domain, base directory.
Okay,
So
base
that,
directory.
that
That's
is the
why.
reason. So
Okay,
like
anyway.
even though if that log txt is not available, that
Hmm.
it will create the txt file and then it will start writing on it.
Right. So see, this like everywhere we log everything. So now you can understand the basic employee object got created. After that, you can understand, yeah, here this logger didn't execute it. Means here it got break. Then you can again, instead of just passing the data, you can pass the object also. Okay, what object was there? Then by replicating that object, you can debug the same API again, because when the production issue came, you cannot, normally we don't have the access to the production, right? We cannot log into the production also. So what we do, whatever the object we got, let's say this object. So let's store the data also, where string obj your object dot to string. Okay, you cannot pass directly class, right? Your data plus this. Okay. So now we will know okay, what object user was trying to do. So you can replicate the same in your local environment and then you can debug. Getting it? Normally we don't have the access to the production, right? We just get the incident from the production. Okay, like this was the incident, this was the issue. So if your logger and everything is proper, so you use that data, whatever the object you get it into your notepad, your logger, and you try to replicate in your local system with that object. Then you able to replicate and then you check the issue. Okay, what was the issue with that object or what was wrong? So that means logger come into the picture. Understood? Clear all? Okay. It's not just the text, you can pass the data also, but while passing, you have to convert it into string. You cannot directly pass the object. Fine.
Yes,
One more
sir.
is there, email trigger. You know, notification or something we get in this our project, we are going to implement that token based login. So we are going to get the token onto the email. So you can send the email from our .NET application also, but you need a Gmail account where you need to disable that. Some security is there in Gmail. You have to disable that. Then you can send mails from your .NET application. Okay. Let's see the code for that. In our application, we are going to do that. But for now, let's see the code at least. I want trigger mail from my API. I will be using Gmail to do that. Provide me steps what I have to do in Gmail. You know, in Gmail by default we have that two authentication. So many things are there. Now you want to remove that restriction because you are trying to access your Gmail from another application. So that restriction you want to reduce. Then only from your .NET you will be able to communicate with your Gmail.
They have to give the credentials and then.
Yeah.
We have to
Sorry?
give that Gmail credentials and all.
Yeah, everything. So again, giving credential is not enough. You have to reduce the security, what you have implemented on Gmail. Some setting is there. It will provide you Gmail and API code. So whatever the, again, we have a limit also. I think, I don't know, some limit is there. See, this thing. You go to your security, scroll to less secure apps access and turn it on. Okay. This you have to do. Then only .NET will be able to access your Gmail. Okay. Then if you want to make it as a two-step verification, so we don't normally do this. We just disable it to less secure apps so that it will be able to connect. Then it needs your email ID, your password. This is how you create your SMTP. You know SMTP? What is SMTP? What is
Mail
SM?
transfer protocol.
Right? Protocol. What is POP?
Emailing.
Right? POP is also protocol. So you have to create an object of your SMTP client. Means your host, either it is Gmail, Yahoo, whatever. Port number, on which port you are going to. Gmail works on this port. Okay, enable SSL true, delivery method. From the network, we are passing it. Default credential and everything, right? From address to address. So this is your mail object. Okay. Then subject, then body. So in case of subject, you can pass image. You might have seen when you use any application, you get image and everything in your mail, right? So you can pass images and everything. You know, that mail template we create in .NET. Okay. And then body. So smtp.send. You created an object of it by providing the initial data, login and everything. This is your mail data, and then smtp.send. Your message will be sent on the respective page. Wait. Tom address, where is to? Okay, here we have to in the method. Okay. So what email address you want to send? So this function has two, subject and the body. So where you have to send that email ID is supposed to get it over. Understood? So see, once you know the basic thing, now whatever you can think, everything you can implement with the help of AI now. But having that basic knowledge is very important. Now, if you don't know the basic knowledge, even though you have AI, you should know what you have to ask, how you have to ask, right? Clear all? So this thing we will do in our project. For now, just the basic idea. Okay. Again, this will be also a static method. We need it in the static method only. We don't need to put it into any service or anywhere. So static method. Just like mail, now we can send the OTP also on the mobile also. I'll show you for that. But if you want to send the OTP, you need to purchase a package. Okay. You need to purchase a package from so many companies are there. From there, you have to purchase a package. Okay. Then you can use that in your .NET, and then that balance you will use to send the package. You might have seen, some number name we get. From there, we get the messages. If we are interacting with some portal, some name will come, and in that we will get the message. So that message SMS we have to purchase from different website. One was there 24 and 7 SMS. Some website was there where I used to use the messages. Bulk SMS. Yeah. Bulk SMS gateway. This is the service. I see. So see, 16 paise per SMS. So you have to purchase a package. Okay. Then you get number of messages, and they will have the developer guide also. Okay, how do you integrate it? Will be DLT guide or somewhere. Sign up, create header, login. It is developer API document. And they provide the code. Somewhere they provide the code, what key they have to pass and what not. Then same thing we can integrate, just like over here also. Now we are sending mail, just like that. They will provide the key. That key we need to do it over there, and we can send the SMS also.
He will provide after we purchase only, right?
Yeah, after we purchase, I think. I
For
remember like
testing purpose, like some of them I already used like my earlier projects.
yeah, I have also done
So
it in MVC.
for 20 SMS, they provide a sample key. After that, you
Ah,
need to purchase.
purchase, right. Okay. Basically, it's a API call you are doing from inside. Okay. They have API. So from your API, you are doing their API call. Getting it? So they, once we log in and everything, then they provide their URL, and it's just a normal API call we have to do with the message, whatever we have to send. Okay. So that thinking we have to develop. Everything is there. Previously also it was there, but we had to Google it. Now with one prompt, you get it everything. So just to get this code, previously we used to go through multiple websites, then we used to get some code which is working. But now like exact code which will work, you get it. So that time is
Yeah,
saved.
Stack Overflow.
Yeah, Stack Overflow
They
like
have.
that. Now no one use Stack Overflow. Right. But earlier, for everything, we used to directly go for Stack Overflow. That Stack Overflow company will also get back problem. Right? Okay, so just give it a try. Whatever things, how I'm thinking, you also should be think like that. In your application, you might be using some API, you might be having some scenario. Try to implement that. Okay. When we create some new record, let's say you're working on some ticketing application. Whenever you create some, by default, new ticket number should get created, right? So what logic you will add to the new, every time ticket number is getting created, it should be unique, so when you create, in your create method, you should have something which will create a unique number every time. So you will check the total number of record present, then you will use some date, like date 11/12/2026, and then your total number of record, like that. So we have to create some unique every time. That also you can do. Okay. Yeah. Anyone having any question?
Sir, I have. Uh, when will you explain API project creations?
API project creation means?
Like rental car
Yeah, rental car.
activity.
Yeah. That is the
Yeah, for
project
that.
we are going to do.
Yeah, when will you explain that classes for API creation?
No. First, I will create the database. Okay. I will explain it to you guys. Then everyone will get one controller to work on. Okay. We will group.
Will you
It
explain
will be
that,
a
sir?
group project. Huh?
Will you explain that in APIs?
No,
Explanation.
most of it will be basic CRUD only. In some APIs, we have to write some logic. Okay. We will create the project. Everyone will push the code to that repo and everything. Means you will commit, then we will verify like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Because within 1 week, we have to complete that. So today, probably I will create the database. In evening, I will explain it, what table we have, how we are going to do that. While inserting the data, what logic, what check we have to do, right? Let's say we have a user table or owner table. We should not have duplicate with email ID and the contact number also, right? So those things we will discuss. Fine.
Okay. And about C# topics, sir?
we will do once the project is completed. But that too, again, if you're actually going for interviews right now, then only it will help.
No, not right.
Otherwise, if I explain it also now, when you are going to prepare again, you will forget everything. Just like Angular, JavaScript. Whenever you are actually preparing, there only that time only we should do it. Basic way, not everything we will cover, but interface, class, static function, constructors, right? Various types of constructs are there. Basic things we will cover, but not in detail because so many things are there in .NET interview also. Okay.
No
Because
doubt, Chetan.
Hmm.
So data annotations, is it possible to implement? Like actually, I didn't do.
Oh, we forgot data annotation, I think.
That I think.
Yeah, we forgot data annotation. Anyway, it's easy only. We will do it tomorrow.
Sure.
Just remind me.
Thanks.
Data annotation, I think. How? And one data migration is also there. Means if we create the model, once we run, database should get automatically created. Now we have to run that command.
Or
That is also
update
pending.
migration and all. Yeah.
Yes, that is pending. Okay, fine then. Let's connect tomorrow. In the
Yeah.
evening, we will
Thanks.
connect if my database is there. So in the evening, I will share the message. Be available
Sure.
at 9 p.m. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Hello.
Yeah, Nikhil.
Can we arrange tomorrow a mock sessions for me? Like I'm going to attend.
JavaScript, Angular, no? Or
Yeah,
.NET?
both .NET and
.NET,
Angular.
I don't have the questions. Connect with Monali. She has question. Then I can ask. Gather the question. Or you know the question. Just get me the list of question.
Okay, sir. I can provide the list.
Yeah, just provide the list. Then we will do. Okay.
Yeah, sir. Okay.
Ping me in the afternoon. Around 1
Tomorrow,
p.m.
sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.